Hello everyone, this is Ari Babel and welcome back. Today we'll be visiting the city of San Malo in Brittany, France. The city center of San Malo is considered an intramuros or walled city. It has beautiful, fantastic history and it's a wonderful place to visit. Okay, so this is October 29th. I just arrived in San Malo this morning. Super tired. It was a long ride. I took the ferry from Portsmouth in England, which is south of London, and Brittany ferries, and I was on the Britannia, which is that ship. It's really one of the we were one of the last few remaining passengers that would ride on that ship. Next year they replaced that ship with a new hybrid more eco-friendly ship. And so it was an overnight ride, and it left at 8 p.m. from Portsmouth and arrived this morning at 7. It was really supposed to arrive at, I think, 8 or 9, so we were slightly early. There's actually somebody out in the water. It's got to be freezing cold. The temperature Celsius right now, it's about 15, I think, which is, I think it's in the 50s. But people here often go out swimming for exercise. They do like a distance, like kind of wading kind of thing. But they're very resilient. So anyways, after arriving, I was lucky. Well, not really lucky. The taxi was late. Actually, the taxi never showed up, which was hilarious to me. I called again and called a few taxi services, and the taxi services were like, oh, sorry. They didn't say it would be difficult. They just said, we're having some problems. I think it's maybe not today. You can call another taxi company. I called one company and they said, I said, I said, good morning, bonjour. Do you speak English? And the guy said, what do you want? And I said, I would like a taxi. I guess maybe I should have known that he probably wouldn't show up. Well, guess what? He didn't show up. And dare I say it's Allo taxi, A-L-L-O. So let me just say I'm giving a bad review. But then I had a French lady inside the terminal call a little bit later, 2 hours later. And I did make a second call to him. And he said, okay, and then he hung up. But then a taxi driver that was out by the train station actually answered the call and said he was 5 minutes away from the same company. And he actually showed up. He was really nice. And then it was literally like a 5 to 10 minute drive from the port to the hotel. So I'm staying at the Hotel Saint-Pierre de la Porte, Intra Muros. And it's actually quite reasonable. And as you can see, this is what I'm waking up to every morning. Really pretty. So I'm down here on the beach, and this building right here is a cafe. And look at that. Amazing. So my feet, and this is all cobblestone. Be careful. And as always, a good rain jacket doesn't hurt, because right now it's actually misting. And it's a little bit wet, not really cold, but windy, so just be mindful of that. So on my way to find something to eat and then back to sleep. May have to explore this. I think it's a museum or a shop or something, but yeah, see you later. Okay, I'm back. So I just wanted to mention a couple things before I sign off for the day. Crazy birds. That wasn't it. So as you can see, there's cobblestones everywhere. As I mentioned before a long time back, I am disabled. I wear a giant brace on my left knee. And many times when I do these videos, I try to keep that in mind for disabled passengers who are traveling either alone, in a wheelchair, or otherwise have issues with mobility. So this area, this part of San Malo, I don't know if you can see that, by the way, there's a ship going out. So for my disabled passengers, it is really truly beautiful here. There's hotels along the Ramparts, which is I guess this is like an old fort that was rebuilt after World War II. The whole part of the city was rebuilt, I guess. I understand from my little bit of knowledge. But these lovely, lovely cobblestones are very slick. So if you have mobility issues, bear that in mind. And also the other thing is they are not flat. They're rocky, and in some areas a little bit steep. I don't know if you can see, like even here, even though it's somewhat flat, they're up and down, kind of like an angle. I'm trying to use the camera so you can kind of see. So if you're in a wheelchair, it's not a problem really, but the whole area, when you walk through, and I'll take some other video later, the streets are very tiny because most of this area is built out of brick, stone, heavy stone, and so the streets are really tiny. And then to get up into your hotel along this area, there are like stepovers and heavy block thick steps, kind of like this right here. And it may be difficult, not impossible, but difficult. Okay, so in my hotel, there was my room is on the second floor, right? So the second floor is, okay, first you have the ground floor. You go up one floor, and then you have the second floor. There's only like 3 rooms on that floor. Then there's a second floor. I mean, the next floor up. You would think that's the second floor. No, that's actually the first floor. So you have the ground floor, which is reception. And then you have the next floor, which is actually the first floor. And then you have the second floor, which is actually the third floor. So what a beautiful view, right? So beware of seagulls dive bombing. So, and then I'm up on like really the third floor, which is what they consider to be the second floor. So there's no lift, what they call in the UK lift, or in Europe lift. No elevators for Americans. And yes, I had to drag a heavy 26-inch suitcase up to the third floor. And the stairs, I'll take a video of it. It's a winding stairs. And no, I couldn't take a video while I was dragging up the suitcase. I had one carry-on, and I had my little purse, which was a backpack, and my 26-inch suitcase. So yes, I had to drag them up the stairs. Now, to be fair, the lady offered, but I told her, no, I can do it. It's okay. I just took one step at a time, but it's like a winding, kind of a circular, half circular staircase. And these are old buildings. Okay. They might look wooden on the concrete on the outside, but they're completely wooden on the inside. Okay. This hotel still has an actual key. Okay. An actual key, which I haven't seen in years, as your door key. So yeah, so I actually kind of like that. Look, a key. It's a key, and it comes with a little attachment thing. So yeah, so it's really historic here, really beautiful, and for handicap or disabled people, just be aware that there's a lot of steps. There might not be a lift. Just really check with the hotel first. I don't remember on the website that the hotel said that, but just be aware that when you request your room, you either call ahead or ask if they have a lift or an elevator. Okay. So, and the beautiful thing is a lot of people here speak English because this is a resort area. So a lot of people vacation here in Brittany. So if you speak English as your first language and your French is horrible like mine, it's not bad. But I would just say that if you're coming anywhere in France, first words you need to learn is bonjour and bonsoir. They don't really, they're nicer than say some other places on this side of France. But if you don't have those two words in your vocabulary, you know, they kind of look at you kind of strange. So first you say that, and then you ask, parlez-vous l'anglais, which is, do you speak English? And then politely ask your question. So there's my take on it, and I'll try to give some more disabled tips later. So, okay. My hotel on the left, the restaurant on the right, and now
Toi, tu voulais jouer, mais Louise a fait basculer. Elle a fait basculer, c'est... Voilà. Ça aurait pu. Ah oui, let's go. Oui, tu fais comme moi.
my window is over there. What a view. Beautiful San Malo. I guess I would be remiss in not mentioning, you can hear it in my voice. My voice is very shaky. I do have vocal paralysis from time to time, so this is why I have not recorded any videos or put out any videos. So it's getting a little bit better. I have been to speech therapy. This is a part of my disability, so just thought I'd let you know that I'm trying to get back to it. So thank you. Subscribe and like if you like these videos. So my window is just behind where that lady is walking. The view from the ramparts are really impressive, and watching the ship go in and out every day, you know, it was really, really nice. From the hotel, there's a restaurant that's owned by the Hotel Saint-Pierre, right across the street, and right next to the St. Pierre gate. And the nighttime view is equally impressive. There's another restaurant, as you can see down there, and it's a seafood restaurant, and really, really good place to eat as well. But overall, San Malo, very nice restaurants, lovely place to visit, and I do highly, highly recommend. This visit to San Malo is a multi-part video series, so I hope you'll stay tuned. A bientôt. See you next time.